with how the Chiefs' schedule is looking, and of course what my Rams are able to do against the Bills, it looks like the Chiefs have the AFC wrapped up. Well, we'll just have to wait and see for that, obviously. And the NFC, well, a lot of stuff happened. Not maybe really as much at the top. I mean, a little bit of stuff happened. Anyway, though, we got a big Sunday of football to recap. Let's get into it, of course. Starting out with the play of the day, which, of course, is my Rams.
Stafford, play fake, looking, launching, it is good, did he stay in? Oh, he did! How on earth did he catch that and stay in bounds? Puka Nacua.
And the control with the body to make the catch.
First and goal, Tracy the carry to the goal line, and he is stopped short. Second and goal inside. Now a little confusion here. Officials stop it.
It's a touchdown.
And they've called it a touchdown. Block on the roll. Throws back, deflected, and it is caught off the deflection. Davis.
The Super Bowl down in Arizona against Philadelphia a couple years. They did go for a touchdown, but oh my goodness! Get out!
Darnold. In trouble. Sam Darnold keeps it alive.
Darnold on the run. Open man. Coverage blown. Walk-in touchdown. Justin Jefferson.
Good time to the end zone. Got it. Smith. Touchdown. The Dolphins win.
Here comes Philadelphia. Young is on the move. Spinning one way and another. He tosses past the sticks. And it's picked away.
To this game and for the rest of this season, I love the effort to go after it. I don't know if he comes down. Well,
Ryder the snap. Gillen the hold. The kick no good.
This is for the division, for the Chiefs.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the NFL Week 14 recap. Again, as always, we will be going through the NFL playoff picture, obviously, for this week. Yeah, the updated one, at least. Again, we'll go through that as well on... Well, actually, no, not really tomorrow. But we'll get... maybe we will. Whatever. Of course, we'll get more into it on Wednesday, as well as a special Bowl Mania prediction. So, get ready for that. I'm going to be going through, obviously, the power rings. Then I'm obviously going to get into college football, playoff, and the bowls. All the bowls. We'll go through the bowls quickly, but... I'll definitely take my minute on the college football playoffs. So just get ready for that, obviously. Outside of that, though, let's get into this quickly, obviously. With injuries, Will Levis didn't really... He looked like he was throwing a hand grenade against the Jags, which... Tank Bowl coming up. Very short highlight clip, too. I think one of the shortest we've had all year. But... Or he's questionable. They're playing against the Bengals at home. They're seeing if they can get, another revenge game because they lost some of those games, obviously, past couple years against that team. Not last year, but just in general. Outside of that, though, I mean, yeah, well, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. But I'm just not going over here. Ryan Miller, wide receiver, he had a head injury. He actually played a little bit this week. Outside of that, though, really nothing much guys go up. That's anything like too crazy. I mean, yeah, the Craig's only can be back, I guess. More Moses being injured. That wrist injury is a little bit concerning. But again, they're already out of it, so it really doesn't matter. Braxton Berrios could be back from the ACL injury. That's like an actual thing there. Anthony Walker hamstring out is questionable. Oh yeah, Aiden O'Connell's probably gonna be out for a little bit. He has I think it's like a sprained PCL in his knee or something like that. It was a very bizarre injury, but yeah, that's what's going on there. I'd like to see John Johnson return for the Rams. That would be really nice, considering the veteran guy in that safety room that desperately needs a veteran guy in that safety room. Not that Cam Curl isn't bad, but like he's horrible in coverage for a reason. Obviously, J.C. Horn is groin injury. He's usually injured, but he might actually miss the rest of the season in time. No, he'll be okay. Blake Gillikin, the punter, could be back. That would be nice. No, he's just got an ankle injury. He's obviously been playing for them. There were some big injuries here. Leroy Watson, back injury. I don't know why he just can't be on the field. Ryder Curry, an Iron Man. He's questionable for the game against the Bengals. Antoine Veal Jr. is expected to return week 17. He has a knee injury, of course. Left that game against the Raiders. That would be really big if he can come back again. They're not playing against Chargers. That is a huge game for both those teams. Keep going up. Ben March, of course, will be out, of course, a guard for the Niners on that huge Thursday night game for them, which probably will decide their season. And speaking of that, we have a Super Sunday and a pretty big game on Thursday this coming week in Week 15. One of the bigger Week 15s we've seen in a while. Again, especially with two very big featured games in the late window. Again, we'll get that more as, preview weeks go on. Yeah, Jets, good luck. Undisclosed for Drew Lock. I would not want to play against the Ravens if I was him either. Derek Carr's out for the rest of the year. He, destroyed his hand on that play. Again, you saw in the intro. Dwayne Eskridge, cool. He's out this week, I guess. Demarcus Robinson, AC joint, that's actually good. I'll see if he can come back. I think the Kobe Durant got the wind knocked out of him. Of course, Justin Herbert getting warned of his leg injury. Again, when we get over that game at the end. Alexander PCL injury is questionable. Of course, for Sunday Night Football next week. Jalen Brooks, I guess, isn't playing. That would have been nice to know. A lot of inactives, obviously, for tonight. John Brooks, this is very unfortunate, but he tore his ACL for a second time. He, of course, tore it with Texas last year and then did it again this year. Guys, I feel so bad for Jonathan Brooks. 2 ACL injuries, I think, on the same right knee. That's really rough. But, knowing him, he'll come back stronger. Get ready. And I really hope Jonathan Brooks is good recovery, and that ACL is again, it's probably not going to be intact because, you tear it twice, it's really messed up. But I'm just going to be just straight up telling you guys the truth there. But, again, if he's able to, bounce back from this, and I think he'll absolutely be able to, I think, again, I hope he has a good recovery and his knee is somewhat okay. But, yeah, that's really bad. But anyway, that's really all I got here. Playoff picture time. Again, this was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. Whatever. Eagles clinched the playoff spot, not by their own desire, but because, of course, the game will happen in the Seahawks and Cardinals game. We'll get to that later as well. Chiefs won the AFC West. Just telling you that right now. Of course, you saw the ending in the beginning. Bengals are still alive, but eliminated teams. Jets got eliminated here, of course, with their loss. Jags, I think, were already eliminated. Browns got eliminated with their loss, and obviously the Titans, I think they were also already eliminated. But if they weren't, they definitely proved themselves why they were not a playoff-worthy team this week. Giants are the only team eliminated in the NFC, of course, at 2-11. The Panthers, I guess, are still technically alive, which is ridiculous. But hey, what's alive, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, of course, the Giants are the worst team in the football, technically right now. Dolphins and Colts again. I wouldn't say strengthened their playoff chances, but kept them alive. Again, not really for the Colts. But the Broncos, obviously, and Colts were on their bye. AFC-wise, Chargers are not a good spot considering the Ravens have the head-to-head on them. I really don't see how the Chargers win more games than the Ravens down the rest of the season, but we'll see what happens there. Texans, of course, if they lose the AFC South, guys, that would be almost as bad as what happened to the Jags last year. Steelers, obviously, that was, they showed, again, with another win over the next, 4 weeks, they're in the playoffs, which, again, is pretty cool for them. Again, the best start there. We'll get to that, I guess, later. Seahawks, obviously, are a game up on the Rams in the NFC West. They have a pretty good chance of making the playoffs. Bucs are obviously moved to first place there. Vikings, Packers, Commanders are, not the Commanders, but Packers and Vikings are all but shoo-ins into the playoffs, and obviously, we already have the Lions and, those teams clinching. Again, the Cowboys, Niners, obviously, we'll talk about them in later. And all right, with that said, let's get into our first game, which, of course, was a game to keep the Dolphins' playoff hopes alive and end the Jets.
Jets, 2nd and goal. Acham, knifing, touchdown. Point. And it is no good. Wilson, Davis, nice block inside, and he's in for 6. Joe Tippmann, the center. 2nd down, 8, Rodgers to the air. His rookie running back with the block on Campbell. Wide open. Was Wilson in bounds? Yes, he was. With the 1st and goal. Rodgers, caught, touchdown. Jets have got the lead back. Near the line of scrimmage. 4th and goal. To the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Hill. Tua for 2. Waddle, got it. Good time. To the end zone. Got it.
A good amount of notes for this game, guys. Anyways, though, of course, the Dolphins keep their playoff hopes alive against a desperate Jets squad. That's how they played. With a 32-26 win, of course, in overtime, and what was a very fun and exciting ending. As, of course, the Jets now have, what was the thing I said? It was like, It was similar to the Giants record, of course, over the past couple of years, to say the least. Or not a couple, actually, a lot more than that. Again, Jets, of course, missed playoffs for the 14th straight year. That's the longest in any sport, at least in, again, a major American sports, including the WNBA, too. So if you think that sucks, well, their teams aren't as bad as the Jets. 10 of the 14 seasons have been double-digit losses. Again, with that other stuff in a second. But of course, Jets fall to 3-10. They will be at the mercy of who the heck are they even playing next week? The Jaguars. That's a tank bowl. Let's go. We got another one. I love these tank bowls. No, I don't. But of course, we got a lot of tank bowls. So again, one coming up next week for the Jets as well. They have lost. What's their record? No, I don't even know if it's that bad. What were they? 2-6. They've lost 4 in a row now. None of them have been particularly inspiring. I mean, this one was, but still. The Jets have to fall to 3-10. They're already at the playoffs. And of course, the biggest takeaway I have for the Jets, in my opinion, is the fact that again they played really hard in this one. Like they actually played a pretty good football game overall. But why didn't we see this the past 4 weeks? Like literally, like there was no sense of urgency. Like they knew, like they were fighting for their chances to make in the playoffs. Obviously, they're not making the playoffs. Like we already knew that. Like they were out of it like weeks ago. But still, the point is, why weren't they playing like this weeks ago? That's what I gotta say. Like that's on the coaching, to be honest with you, and as well as the players, obviously. Aaron Rodgers, though, again, the biggest story out of this game, in my opinion, was the fact again he finally broke that 300-yard barrier. Kind of 35 straight games, dating back to actually 3 years ago, maybe not to this day, but somewhere around this time, absolutely in Week 14 of 2021 Sunday Night Football. Again, versus the Bears. Again, his last game, I think, versus the Bears, if I'm not mistaken. No, he had a couple of the year after. Whatever, though. 300 yards for the first time since 2021, Week 14. Again, exactly, or somewhere around, like I said, 3 years ago. So, I guess good for Aaron Rodgers there. That's great. They didn't run the ball at all. I mean, touchdown from Isaiah Davis was nice. I don't know where Breece Hall was, but I think he was out. Garrett Wilson had some big plays. I think what a 46-yard catch, 35-yard catch. Devontae Adams, 9 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown. The thing I talked about him was Devontae's first time with about touchdowns back to the game since Week 17 and Week 18 of last year. Outside that, though, no one really contributed to receiver. I mean, Braylon Allen actually did a good job. Again, Isaiah Davis, congrats for his first career touchdown, as well as his O-line playing a little bit better, I guess. And they also got the ball to Rodgers' hands quick, which they've done a lot this year, but like more of like of the purpose this week. Jimmy Sherwood was very good with 18 tackles. I think like one of his better games of his career was all over the place. I will say, not only was Sauce slow and just like overall like the reaction in this game, it was also Jalen Ramsey. Both those guys were not really active in this game. But outside of that, guys, like, I don't know. This defense just kind of like was just not quick to the football, and it seems they're getting beat a lot up front, and that's really just kind of how, I mean, not like up front, but like to the ball, which usually doesn't happen. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's what happened. Of course, Anders Carlson was very good for field goals. He might have a home here with the Jets. Anything else on the Jets? Oh yeah, Braylon Allen had one of his best games since Week 2. Again, Jets, blah, 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 Tyreek Hill, all the rest is for the Dolphins, I think. All right, Tua, 33-47, 331, and 2 touchdowns. Tua's quick game works. They don't need the deep ball anymore, which I think is true. Because, again, you looked at their offense earlier in the year, you're like, what was going on? Well, not really, because, yeah. But still, last year they were all about the deep ball. The year before they were all about the deep ball. They don't need that with Tua. Tua's quick game is working for them. Running game was atrocious. I didn't really see much more physicality than we saw in the weeks before, but I will say they ran the ball a little bit more effectively in the red zone. Not efficiently at all, but they at least like were able to set some stuff up with it. Tyreek Hill, 10 catches, 115 yards and a touchdown. By far his best game since Week 1. And of course, he had that 80 yards and a touchdown since Week 1. Again, best game I think of his season up to this point. Maybe not as good as Week 1, but still. Jalen Waddle also stepped up 9 for 99. This offense overall looks really, really efficient. Again, outside of the running game, obviously. But when you have this efficient of offense, which again is what we're used to seeing from the Dolphins, it's really hard to, again, mess things up, to be honest with you guys. Of course, Jonathan Smith with the game-winning touchdown as well. Tua, again, big stats for Tua. Tua's 5-0 versus the Jets. Dolphins have won 12 out of their last 14, dating back to 2017. They've also won 4 in a row. The only game I think, if I'm not mistaken, they lost was when Tua wasn't playing in Week 5 of 2022, I think, when the Jets blew him out 40-17. It was like the Breece Hall coming out party or something like that. Anyway, though, that's what I got there. And then I just got to the Dolphins did use power up front really well. Again, I don't think, it really translated to actual efficiency in the running game, but it did work out pretty well. For this defense, I mean, they did enough to win, I guess. I mean, not really good in coverage really at all. Again, like I said, Jalen Ramsey looks really slow out there. Kendall Fuller really didn't have one of his better games. He did tackle well in the open field, though, and both safeties, I'm sorry, they're just, again, I guess Javon Holland was okay. On film, he didn't really look bad, I guess, but Jordan Poyer definitely looked old. He obviously is. Zach Sealer's a beast. Jordan Brooks also had a sack, but the edge rushing pressure was definitely an issue as well. As we're going to probably see, considering they don't have any, there are 2 starters not playing this year. I mean, maybe we'll see Bradley Chubb later. But Jason Sanders also had 4 field goals. For the Dolphins, in terms of, again, overall big picture, I think they're playing the, who are they playing next week? I'm going blank on this. Who are the Dolphins playing next week? They're playing the Texans in Houston. That game's going to actually be interesting. I think they actually have a really good shot at winning that one. Texans are not a great football team. I don't know now why I put them freaking out of the Super Bowl. But anyway, back onto the Dolphins. That obviously is going to be a critical game for them. Also, Keeps playoff change. Needs a lot to happen. Again, that's obviously 2 games back. And again, the Colts and I think the Colts definitely have the advantage on them in terms because they won the head-to-head there. But they need they want the Colts to beat the Broncos. So again, that's only a game difference because if the Broncos go to 9-5, the Dolphins, I really don't see how they make the playoffs. But again, if that does happen, again, the Broncos are 8-6. Colts are 7-7. Dolphins are also 7-7. That'll be a really good shot for them to make playoffs. Again, in Week 15, but they're gonna obviously have to win in Houston as well. 37.5 total yards. The Jets also had over 400 for only I think the 3rd time this year. With that said, though, I don't really want to get too much deeper in this game. Again, we already know what happened. Again, the Jets are out of it. Dolphins played a pretty good game overall. Again, defensively, they didn't look good. They're gonna have to look better next week if they want to beat the Texans. With that said, though, let's get to a tank bowl.
Tennessee's Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee Jeffrey Simmons getting set to take on the Jaguars.
In 16. Jones looking right, throwing right. Thomas is down there. It's picked off. Intercepted by Tennessee. 4th and goal. Levis to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Jones just takes the snap in time. Bixby up the middle. He's got the first and more. Bixby. Now throwing on the move. He's got Thomas down the sideline. Thomas still going and out of bounds. They give it to Bixby. Trying the left side. At the 5. Stiff arm. Touchdown.
Receivers get down the field.
They have to get to midfield for a first down. Pressure coming. Levis throwing. Looking deep. And it is incomplete.
And what was a baseball game? Oh yeah, guys, did you know that Juan Soto, again, 15 years, $765 million, highest contract in American sports history, something like that. Yeah, that's crazy. The Mets owner, Steve Cohen, has a lot of money, and he's going to spend a lot of money too. But of course, now getting on to the back to again actual baseball that was going on. Jags beat the Titans 10-6, and what goes again a slugging game. Again, a lot of points, a lot of field goals. No, there were only 3. This game was a freaking tank bowl, guys. That's just kind of how it went. Of course, the Jags snapped their 5-game losing streak again, 3-10. That does not help them out though in that tankathon position. I think their Titans are actually ahead of them now, which is not good considering they kind of want, again, a good prospect. Anyway, though, of course, Jags and Titans, maybe Calvin Banks sweepstakes? No, probably not, but still. Jags, again, get the win. This is just not good, again, but whatever. They still get the win. They're playing a tank bowl next week against the Jets. Titans fall to 3-10. Again, they're not a good team either. This was just a really bad game. Again, this was like one of the games you're just going to forget about. It would be a good trivia question, but, like, no one's going to remember this game. Jets, Titans fall to 3-10, though. They're going to be, again, like I said, they're playing the Bengals next week at home. Mac Jones was not good, but he did enough to win. He moved the football. 23 of 31, 220, 2 interceptions. I will say he was pretty good over the middle, despite, again, some really dumb throws. Bigsby scored a touchdown. They could not run the ball for their life outside of that touchdown, though. I mean, it was really bad. He had to fight for every single one of those yards. Brian Thomas Jr. had one wide open catch. Outside of that, he really didn't do anything really that spectacular. Travis Etienne Jr. 4 for 50. Yeah, why would the Jaguars want to win this game again? If you watch the Giants game, which we'll get to in a couple of minutes, that was definitely a game the Giants didn't want to win, which can be saw. I think we'll get the Titans thing in a second. Outside of that, though, all about the Jags. Oh yeah, Jaguars secondary best game of the year. Honestly, screw this offense. Like, who cares? Foyesay Luokung was flying over the field like he usually is, but like really in this one. Sack from Jerry Jones, sack from Josh Hines Allen. I scored Trayvon Walker had like 5 pressures. Maybe not that many, but like at least 4. Jaguars get a big bounce back from end of last year again for the silver lining, I guess, considering again this team literally sent you home. And, yeah, you said that's not happening in this one, I guess. Anyway, though, again, this was a bad game, and again, I guess that's the best I can get you there for the Jags. The rest of the thing is, no, Mac Jones, first win since Week 7 of last year versus the Bills, and actually a comeback effort, I think 29-25. That one, which is crazy that actually happened. Tank is better than Travis Etienne as well. All right, now on the Titans, which I have a little bit more to talk about with them. Will Levis, 19 of 32, 168, probably not going to be the quarterback. No, I don't even know. They're going to figure something out there. And the biggest takeaway I have for the Titans, again, at least regarding Will Levis, is that they have no weapons. And yeah, Tyson Campbell, of course, the super uber talented quarterback for the Jaguars, locked up the Titans' #1 wide receiver in Calvin Ridley. I will say the O-line did a pretty decent job blocking up for Tony Pollard, but that's being nice because I really don't didn't think Tony Pollard, again, was exactly put in the best situations, but they still figured it out. Calvin Ridley, again, got locked up, but he still had a couple catches, I guess. Again, Titans offense did have no explosiveness. They may have one play, and I'm like, yeah, that was a good play. They had absolutely no big plays, though. It was really bad. Yeah, it looked like the Titans offense got hit by a brick once they got into the Jags territory. They could not move the football for their life. Outside of that, though, I think the only other thing I have for the Titans is the fact that, again, I think they need to blow up their offensive line and get a whole new run blocking scheme. Now, again, it worked in this one. That was just unsustainable. The Jags' run defense is just not very good. So, I mean, maybe the Titans fix that, but will I expect them to? No, because they really haven't in the past couple years. Luke Gifford was okay. I don't really care how this defense played, guys. Again, really, there's probably only like 6 or 7 guys in this defense that are like really going to get consistent playing time next year. I mean, maybe more than that, but like still, like this is not a great defense. I mean, Amani Hooker was okay. Jeffrey Simmons obviously is a great player. Sebastian Joseph Day, again, is a solid defensive tackle. I don't even break down this roster anymore, guys. Harold Landry was okay. I don't know. Like, they didn't really look that crazy on film. Like, it's like almost every other week. But still, they only gave up 10 points, I guess. Good for them. Team stats, who cares? And yep, that's really all I got for you guys in this one. Now let's get to, I don't know. What was the next? Oh, yeah, this is next game. I think the Raiders are the #1 pick now.
Of the NFL season has taken us to sunny Tampa. A t-shirt deal. This is Baker throwing towards the end zone. It's caught. McMillan. Touchdown.
To the right out here, it's Mike Evans.
Baker looked in that direction. Instead, he goes over the middle. Sidearm delivery. Touchdown. See the third down numbers so far. Mayfield's pass deflected, and it is picked.
Play action on this play.
O'Connell on the keeper, trying to push him into the end zone. Kanai Moga, now they say touchdown.
This drive to field goals or less.
Baker, hard fake, wobbling pass, and that's picked in the end zone. Jack Jones. Jones is not out of left field. Remember, Tucker was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Week 6. That big one against the Saints, and on 1st and goal.
Again, but they've been able to run the ball pretty well.
Mayfield to the air. Mayfield completes. Unbreaking tackles. Mayfield goes underneath, gets it to McMillan, and he's going to stroll in for the Tampa Bay touchdown.
And the Bucs, for a second straight week, are able to take care of business and beat another bottom dweller of sorts. As the Raiders, of course, who have now lost 9 in a row. Of course, that is their longest streak since 2014, when, of course, it started out 0-10. Lost to the Rams the following week after they snapped that streak, 52-0. Kind of giving you context to, again, how bad the Raiders have been this year. But yeah, of course, started out 2-2, and it's just been all downhill since. But, I mean, they competed for a little bit. Big thing for the Bucs, they scored, I think it was their first 2 touchdowns, or like the first half of their points in the first, I think, 12 minutes of the game, first quarter, obviously, and then they scored their other 2 touchdowns in the last 9 minutes of the game, which again isn't sustainable to win football games. But still, they got shut out for well over 2 quarters for half of this game, which is pretty crazy when you think about it there in the middle. But even though they didn't do anything for most of this game, they still got the W, because I mean the Raiders' offense is atrocious. But the Bucs, of course, have said LA next week take on a Chargers team without Antoine Field Jr., which is gonna be tough for them. But again, if they're able to somehow win that one, that would be big. Of course, they're already top in the division and are favored to win it for of course their 4th straight year. Again, not every year has been the most fluid. Obviously, the only year that really has been was 2021. So the past years has not been the most, again, smooth path to the division title. But again, that looks very possible, especially with what happened in Minnesota. Raiders, again, like I said, are suck, but they're going to be playing somebody next week. That's all I'll tell you guys. They still got games left. No, they're playing the Falcons on Monday Night Football, so that'd be crazy if they win that one. Desmond Ridder is a certified brick. Aiden O'Connell, I like him, again, as an very average quarterback, but the interception was not nice, and he also got injured, which also wasn't good, because, again, when you're not on the field, you're not doing anything. So, I mean, you're doing something, but not to, again, really, technically produce for your team. Yeah, Tank continues, obviously, the Raiders. O'Connell did not look good, I guess. I don't know, bro. On film, he didn't look too bad to me. Bucs, player disciplined. Yeah, okay. Bucky, okay, that's really all on them. Oh, yeah. for Aiden O'Connell's second career rushing touchdown. His first was in his NFL debut at the Chargers in the 24-17 loss last season. Again, that was a touchdown. Sincere McCormick given the starting reps for the rest of the year, which again, it looks like that's going to happen. Michael Mayer, he actually led the team receiving yards. Brock Bowers kind of got locked up by Levante David or KJ Britt, who's really underrated. Jacoby Myers, again, is still going to put up like pretty decent numbers despite being on such a bad team. But still, Brock Bowers, I think, will be the offensive rookie of the year. We'll see if that actually happens. So again, 87 catches, breaks the rookie receiving record for tight ends. And the fact that he's literally this entire offense, like there's no one on this offense that you can even like. I mean, Jacoby Myers obviously is decent, but outside of that, like it's really bad. Brock Bowers is honestly, in my opinion, he's the best tight end in the NFL, and should be the offensive rookie of the year. Outside of that, though, this defense played really well, in my opinion, in the middle of this game. Again, they had some fighting. Again, Marcus Crosby got triple teamed on almost every single play. It was ridiculous. Tyree Wilson did okay. Adam Butler had a nice sack on the interior. Darnay Holmes, again, I guess is okay. Kayvon Chase on the weird interception. Jack Jones, I think, will be this team's starting cornerback next year in some form. Trey Miller, again, is a very decent, strong safety. But outside of that, this defense just really isn't playing together. But I will say they did do a decent job with that, and playing with that effort there in the middle of the game. Bucs, Baker was inconsistent. He didn't really look that good at all. But again, still threw 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions weren't nice. But still, was able to get done in some way or another. Again, was all over the place, which again, like last week. But again, I think it was a little bit better than last week. But I liked how he closed, again, like last week. 14 points, blah, 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 like I said. Bucs defense, again, we'll get to this in a second, but Bucs defense was very disciplined. I will say that. Wasn't overlooking the Raiders offense. Again, that was really good. Buggy Irving, arguably top 10 back at least so far this year. I mean, not really in this one. I think he got injured, but Rachaad White picked up the slack with a touchdown. It shows his offensive line is playing a lot better. Joe McMillan, 459, 2 touchdowns. Rachaad White also caught a touchdown. Kadon and Mike Evans had quiet days. I guess Kadon one big play. I think, did I even put down how long the catch was? Oh, yeah, I did. 44-yard catch. I think I have actually a big thing on there. Outside of that, though, this defense looked really good. Chase McLaughlin did, I guess, absolutely nothing. Team stats, Bucs had 420 yards of offense, which is really good. Also ran the ball well. Again, when this team's running the football effectively, again, translating that this offensive line is playing well and together. Again, when the offensive line plays together, this team just simply has success. 7.1 yards per play. Again, 3 turnovers didn't help things out at all. And again, some bad sacks taken for Baker. But again, when this team plays clean football, which again, it's a little bit of an if, and obviously 7.1 yards per play there, with the efficiency of the running game and the all-line playing well, this is a very hard offense to keep calm for a long period of time. But the big thing I had to say in the Bucs, this Bucs team is looking very similar to last year, except more engaged defense. I'll say that they look a lot like more together. Buggy Irving, again being there, again not in this game, but still, again they're playing the Raiders. Plus better Kadon, again he has improved. What I say? Offsets lost Chris Godwin for the year. Again, on at 44-yard catch plus again set up for the McMillan touchdown. And yeah, I think this Bucs team is actually better than they were last year, to be honest with you guys. Just seems different. Again, we'll see how this again translates to next week and the weeks coming after. But guys, they have a very good shot at winning this division again, except if they obviously lose and the Falcons can get their crap together. With that said, let's get to a game that, I mean, it was way too close, but hey, some guy won $440,000 despite putting $3.2 million into the game.
The Philadelphia Eagles have their sights set on a 9th straight win, while Saquon Barkley has his eyes on the Philadelphia rushing record.
Watch it again right here.
Brotherly shove, looking for Hurts, looking for the end zone, and as it has...
Expect some crossers in man-to-man potentially.
Young outside, they score. It's a touchdown to Tommy Trep. It's Hurts, it's a blitz, it gets picked up, it's a throw, it's a touchdown, it's Devontae Smith. It's been a 52-yard attempt for Jake Elliott, who has not made a 50-yarder this year. And the problems for Elliott from...
Go for it, man, cut it loose, get your quarterback some experience.
Young, looking for the end zone, it was batted and caught by Thielen to the end zone here. Right back to Hubbard, and this time he'll walk in for the touchdown. And the bridge.
That's where he can take another step in his game.
Back kick, though.
Forcing a 3rd long.
5-man rush. Hurts trying to step up, get back into field goal range. Nice block by Gainwell. There goes Hurts inside the 10. And it is Hurts. Dancing, firing, scoring. It's a touchdown to Calcaterra.
Thielen.
Looking there, incomplete for Leggett.
Defense.
Young stepping away, stepping up, being chased in the end zone, still on his feet, throws downfield, it's caught by Leggett. Here comes Philadelphia. Young is on the move, spinning one way and another. He tosses past the sticks.
Child abuse, cause I am about to get the goddamn belt.
And the Eagles survive a Panthers, attack, as they, of course, win their 9th straight game, their longest streak since, I think, way back in 2009, as they knock off the Panthers 22-16, what was a game that, again, was definitely a trap game, but, again, way too close. But, hey, they were able to, again, fly above the Panthers and get the W, of course, as well. As the fact, again, they're hosting the Steelers next week, which should be a dandy of a matchup. Will definitely be close, unless, again, the Eagles just blow them out, which, again, could also happen. But, again, Eagles, again, it's really, again, hard to, again, be super hot for a super long period of time. But, again, they're still able to, again, do it with, again, no complacency. Well, again, it was that they were definitely complacent in this one, but not too complacent in this one. Again, just doing enough to get the win. But outside of that, I mean, big things here. This is, again, I think the biggest thing for the Panthers is if this Panthers team, again, not like obviously the same roster, but if the Panthers played, again, in the same scenario against the Eagles next year, they would win this game. The biggest issue, again, with the Panthers thing was just the talent in this one. They just didn't have enough to win this game. But, again, I honestly think, again, if this was they matched up again next year, Panthers would absolutely win this game. Trap game for the Eagles, but they did weather the storm for the longest winning streak since 2017. Again, when they started out 1-1 after losing to the Chiefs, again, when they had a Kareem Hunt there that year. 10-1 again after that. Again, won Super Bowl 52 that year. Obviously tied the franchise record, which again for longest winning streaks in a row. Obviously 2017, 1949, 1960, and 2003. Yeah, Eagles didn't get usual push from Saquon as well. I'll get to that, I guess, in a second. Anything else in the Panthers thing? Bryce has gotten better with hesitating. Is ripping through his reads, which he did doing a lot in this game. Looks like why they drafted him in a lot of ways. I think Bryce had a hell of a game. Yeah, the interception wasn't good. There's a reason I didn't put it in the clip, because I think it was just kind of a mess of a play. But outside of that, guys, Bryce Young played really, really well. He honestly kept his team in the game. He made some really good plays. Trooper Hubbard did not run the football particularly great, but again, he still hung in there, of course, with a big touchdown. Also, it seemed like he had fresh legs for most of the game, which again is not what we're used to seeing from him, which again is a good thing, obviously. Bryce Young, again, he got chased down a couple times in the pocket, but like I said, was very good at improvising. And again, the biggest thing I honestly noticed with his receiving room is the fact that just in general, Adam Thielen is the only guy you can really get the football to consistently. No one else in there. Again, Xavier really he's still getting around, but he just isn't getting open, guys. Again, for a guy like, yeah, I could definitely see him as a true number one. He's just not really reliable at all right now. Again, he almost had a great catch there that honestly might have won them the football game. But outside of that play, like, it just didn't really. Again, I need more from him. Made a lot of mistakes. Like, again, as a rookie, I obviously get there, but I just need to see more. Adam Thielen, obviously, again, he's like really the only guy that can really consistently, rely on there. True Hubbard, again, bounced back game overall from him. I think really the rest is for the Eagles, right? Yeah. Defensively, they played a heck of a game, guys. They really, again, did a good job in terms of run fits. I guarantee, is it Ejiro Evero? I think he's their DC. He did a great job, again, preparing them in terms of those run fits this week. Outside of that, though, they should have given up big pass plays, but considering an Ejiro Evero planned, J.C. Horn on A.J. Brown, and that's really all they needed for that in the game. Eddie Pierre also had a nice field goal. I mean, again, it was to 38-yarder, but it was still pretty. Again, I think he missed the extra point, though. Jalen Hurts, again, he's not the best progressor. Again, this offense, again, passing game. Honestly, guys, let's just put it as it is. Last year, again, at the end of the season, the passing game was just way too basic, and again, it was a complete mess. It doesn't really seem like they fixed it. Like, again, Saquon's been so good that he's completely masked it, but let's be honest, guys, this Jalen Hurts' this Eagles passing game is so basic, and honestly, it's just not consistent enough. Again, it was very easy for the Panthers defense to diagnose a lot of what the Jalen Hurts was trying to do there, and again, it just didn't really work. He didn't have many open receivers, and again, the passing game just was really ineffective in this game. He had a touchdown from Dante Smith and Dan Tagliafico, but those were both in the red zone. They need to figure out a way to make this more nuanced and, again, really more sustainable, because, again, when they get in the playoffs, Saquon won't be, again, about having monster games every single week. And even that, he didn't really break any big runs in this one. Jalen Hurts, again, had a long run as well as a touchdown as well in this one. But still, they like this, again, on at least passing game-wise. Again, also the O-line didn't play too great either. Again, if this continues to happen, they will lose. They're going to lose in the playoffs, because, again, there's a team that's going to come into the link, or, again, they're going to have to go to Detroit or something, where they're going to have to throw the football to win the game, because they will stop Saquon at one point. As great as Saquon is, the biggest part of this offense, again, the reason it's so good is that, again, Saquon can break off big runs. There are going to be games where it's just not going to happen. And because of that, you're going to have to get those big plays in the passing game. And it just seems like it's not happening because they don't have the foundation. Again, they have the big play potential for sure. Again, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, obviously. But without a foundation, it's just not going to work. I mean, it's building the house again without concrete. It's just not going to work. Defensively, I think they played okay. I don't really think they did a good job containing Bryce Young really at all. He's not, again, the most gifted athlete. But I will say Joshua and Jordan Davis got a ton of pressure, and Jalen Carter was ridiculous in this game. But when it comes down to it, guys, you have to be able to contain a guy like Bryce Young because, again, he's just not that great. Bail them out a lot, and that's why I don't think, again, Darius Slay had a heck of a final drive there, but the secondary didn't really play too great either. So, again, kind of a bad game, but, again, Jake Elliott obviously break that field goal as well. But kind of a bad game from the Eagles. Did enough to win this one. Honestly, I think Panthers outplayed them in a lot of ways, but again, still were able to get the job done. Next week, again, will be very telling for them overall, but again, they're still a great football team. So don't read into this too much, Eagles. Now let's get into the other Tank Bowl, which honestly, it fit. Again, it wasn't supposed to be a Tank Bowl at first, but, you know, with how the game went, it just had to be.
Beautiful day for December at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 54 degrees as we approach kickoff between the Saints and the Giants, but before we go for it. 5-man rush. Lock. Flag down. Lock. In trouble. Incomplete. Good snap and hold. Goofy's kick on the way, and it's wide left. No backfield on first down and goal. Now Kamara in motion. The give is to Miller, hopping to the edge, and Miller inside the 5, still driving. Pushing the pile.
Few nicknames, but not their full real names.
And they fake the punt, and it's snapped to the up-back Jamal Williams, and it looks like
your PAT field goal squad out there.
From 60, and that one is well short. May have been blocked up front. 3rd and 10 at the 48. 6 defense. Top, and it's intercepted. Picked off by 32 yards later. It's first down and 10 at the 11. Hard to throw again, wide open and into the end zone, untouched. Juwan,
5-minute plus drives.
First and goal, Tracy the carry to the goal line, and he is stopped short. 4-man pressure, Lock on the roll again. Pumps, throws across his body, and it's intercepted. Pick through Lock. Pocket collapsing, Lock's gonna run. Lock's got room for the first down. He's got it and more. Down the sideline. Kreider the snap. Gillen the hold. The kick no good.
It was a go. If you want space, I hope you take your helmet off soon as you get.
This was one of the most bad team-like games of the year. Somehow the Saints are still 5-8 and carry a mediocre record. But of course, they knock off the lowly Giants 14-11. What was just it was a tank ball. There's no way around it. Of course, Saints host Commanders next week, and I hope will be a comeback or will be an upset. But it definitely won't be. I'm telling you guys that right now. Giants fall 2-11. Of course, they have now lost 8 in a row and. Lose 8 straight, longest streak since 2019, 2-11, 9 straight, obviously, as well. But, of course, for the Giants, they didn't dirt because they lost this game. That means they're going to keep a top 2 pick, which, of course, is what they want because they really want a quarterback. So, that I guess, is good for them. I mean, they didn't blow this game. They lost it in the way they should have. Also, I don't know if this has ever happened, but the first half ended with a blocked field goal from the Saints, and then the second half ended with a Giants blocked field goal. So, again, maybe the same team had, again, a field goal block at both ends of the half. I don't know if both teams, again, had that happen, though. That's just, I think, something, I don't know, again, can't verify that, again, that's ever happened. Again, it's happened before, but I don't think it would be something that never has happened, but hey, you never know. Probably more likely that both teams have had that happen. I don't know, though. Obviously, what's really all got there, because this game, again, was so bad. Derek Carr, he's out for the season. Like I said in the intro, I mean, he broke his wrist. Jake Haener's be their quarterback probably, which is going to be awesome. Alvin Kamara did absolutely nothing. Really crap in fantasy, but, I mean, he still caught a couple passes, right? Yeah, 5 catches. That's enough, I guess. Juwan Jennings also touched on MVS got completely neutralized. I don't really care about this Saints offense. They're going to be awful the rest of the year. Defensively, I mean, good luck. They actually didn't play too bad. Blake Ruby was horrible, missed 2 field goals. Brutal game from him. Drew Lock's perfect tank bowl quarterback. Again, 20-yarder run last week, 25-yard run this week, and they still lost, which, again, is good. Outside of that, though, I don't really think I have much else in this game. yeah, they just arrested him yesterday, which again is going to happen. This again wasn't going to be tankable. All right, yeah. Malik Neighbors gets had a decent game. Tyron Tracy's horrible yards per carry, but he did have a touchdown. I really, be honest with you guys, I might have watched 5 minutes of this on film. I really didn't care. Again, for the Giants defense, again, evaluating them overall, Kayvon Thibodeau was pretty good up front against Talisi Fuaga, obviously the rookie. Brian Burns really didn't have to do too much to, again, beat Trevor Penning, because, again, Trevor Penning is really not that good. But Jason Pinnock and Tyler Newman, I think, played pretty well overall. But outside of that, didn't really get to look too much on the linebacker, nor do I care to look at them either. Greg Novis, of course, blocked field goal there at the end. Team stats, Giants doing 25 total yards, and yeah, that's about it. For what it's worth, also again, I had the top play again. I think technically of the today was that Brian Breezy blocked field goal, who also is a really heck of a player. The reason it wasn't though is because it's a tank bowl, and like it just can't be the top play of the game. Also with how the Rams played, like they obviously deserve it as well. All right, now let's get to a game that had a lot more points. This one was a lot more relevant than this.
Don't have to bury the lead with this one. Kirk Cousins makes his return to Minneapolis. The Falcons and the Vikings. The Vikings, one of the hottest teams.
The home crowd here in Minnesota gave him a little bit of a lukewarm reception.
Algier's first carry. It's a touchdown run. Glad they sat you down because you look like you needed it, son. Darnold given time. Arm was hit as he let it go. Addison adjusted and finds.
But he has such a respect around the league. They had no question he'd bounce back.
Blitz picked up by Robinson, so Cousins has time, but he's picked off. 3rd down and 6. They will have to snap it before the 2-minute warning. Bringing pressure. It's picked up. Darnold, end zone. Jefferson, touchdown. Cousins down the sideline. Darnell Mooney's got it. Inside the 10, 1st and goal. Cousins with a beauty of a
off-ball rusher as there is in the entire NFL.
Will Riker towards the line and off it. Cousins given time, throws it in there. It is London and it's Griffin who's got it. Darnold in trouble. Sam Darnold keeps it alive. Darnold on the run. Open man. Coverage blown. Walking touch. This is way to get beat against Minnesota. Those big pass plays deep, but they continue to get to them. Metellus delivered a huge hit to Algier, who pinballed free. As London and Mooney and Pitts, it's McLeod, 7 catches, and now it's number 7 into the end zone. Bijan Robinson, touchdown Atlanta. Again in the 4th quarter here. Watts Addison downfield, comes back, waits for the ball, and makes the grab.
It's on the outside.
Darnold lets it rip for Addison at the pylon. Touchdown, Minnesota. Opportunity to return right here. Ray McLeod has had a big day in the return in the receiving game. Fumbles it right here. Who's got it? 2nd and goal. Darnold looking for his 5th touchdown pass of the day. Addison gets his 3rd. 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 25. Cousins got rid of it right before he was hit. Murphy with a one-handed pick. Jones on 3rd down. Finds some room. Finds the end zone. Touchdown Vikings.
And we fed on, I need it. Treat it like a truck hit a head on, I meet it. I get on a beat and it's like that. I got a tiger song. Let's play it.
And a blur of Sam Darnold and the Vikings offense sends the Vikings to their 6th straight win. I don't even know the last time they won that many games in a row. Oh no, they did it 2 years ago, but like that we're not talking about that. Of course, with a 42-point outing, I don't know if they scored that much this year. I'm just gonna say no for again all intensive purposes. Over the I won't say a blowout win, but a very strong win over the Atlanta Falcons, who of course are I won't say toast because they can actually still win the division, but they're in a rough spot. Of course, they've now lost 4 in a row. They're in free fall. Maybe they weather the storm next week though against the Raiders on Monday Night Football. Hope not. But obviously, yeah, the Falcons are head-to-head with the Bucs, so they're obviously still alive. But they've been horrible the past 4 weeks. Offensively, I mean, Bijan ran the ball really well, but like there were obviously bigger issues in this one. As well as the fact again they cannot move the football in the red zone, and we'll get to Kirk Cousins in a second. Vikings obviously again, like I said, moved to 11-2. They will be big game next week. No, I don't think it is. They're playing. They should be 12-2. They're playing the Bears on Monday Night Football at home, but that was obviously not the case last year. Kirk Cousins now 4 straight losses obviously to the Falcons. He has now thrown 8 interceptions in those games. You might think about putting Michael Penix Jr. in just for again if they start losing even more. But Kirk obviously has been very, very bad the past couple weeks. And it's because again he's just kind of like making really dumb decisions and just not really getting the football out of his hands. And also they have no play action. Again, he runs a lot of play action. Again, the year prior, obviously, 2023. And then this year, he's done absolutely nothing with it because, again, he can't move. He's a statue. That Achilles injury really never really healed, in my opinion. Tyler Alligator had a touchdown as well. He had some big runs. I mean, they ran the ball really well. Offensive line-wise, they gave some pressure, but they were good overall. Raymond McLeod had somehow a big game, 8 for 98. Bernardo Mooney also 6 for 142. I would say Raymond McLeod is pretty speedy, very agile, and, again, pretty decent route runner. But it really doesn't matter because they've Trey Gutlow and Kyle Pitts doing absolutely nothing, which, again, you just can't have happening. Again, those guys got to get the football. Falcons are cooked. Again, I have them just reminiscing on the Falcons. All right. Okay, for this Falcons defense, really the best thing I got to say for you guys here, I mean, Matt Judon did have a sack, so I'm not going to completely roast him here. Okay, but honestly, collectively this season, the Falcons secondary looked out of sorts, sort of cooked, or sort of collapsed with no pass rush. I will say, the pass rush wasn't completely non-existent this week, but it has been this entire season, and the fact that the secondary has to play really, really tight coverage and very, very disciplined every single game, for every single game of this, like every single down of the entire season, it's going to take a toll on them and just looked like it blew up in this one. Because I will say, the Falcons, whenever they got pressured, the secondary just blew up. It was so bad. I don't know what to say, guys. Again, Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates, two of the worst games we've seen out of them in a while. It was just a mess there in the secondary. Young Aku obviously was pretty good overall, though. For the Vikings, I mean, Sam Darnold just went off. 22 of 28, 347, and 5 touchdowns. He saved me this week in fantasy. But still, honestly, probably didn't have the best game of the week, though, which is crazy when you think of a stat line like that. I don't know. Did he throw for a perfect pass rating? It's got to be somewhere close to that. After that, again, Darnold is getting a monster contract in the offseason, guys. Like, games like this, he is really pushing for that. Running game as efficient as it ever could be, but obviously they didn't really need to run the football. So, again, closing touchdown from obviously Aaron Jones as well. Jordan Addison, best game of his season, 8 for 133 and 3 touchdowns, a massive game, obviously. Justin Jefferson, huge game, 7 for 132 touchdowns, only the second game in Vikings franchise history with 2 receivers having over 130 receiving yards and 2 or more touchdowns, which is crazy in its own right. TJ Hawkinson, again, finally played another role, and of course, Josh Oliver had an explosive play as well. Kirk getting cooked in return, I guess, yeah. Mooney, Darnell Mooney did have a 52-yard deep catch in the early going there. Also, this is the best version of the Vikings offense. You can't beat this. Like, again, if I ever see them play like that, that would be crazy. Obviously, the 52-yard touchdown to Justin Jefferson on that scramble was honestly probably a top play of the year at least for the Vikings, honestly. Not obviously for the NFL. That would be really bad. 21 points in the fourth quarter for the Vikings. Well, they exploded there. That's why they won by that money. It was tied going into the fourth, guys. Keep that in mind. Again, not really, but still. Byron Murphy, also 6th pick of the year. He now has, I think I have a long thing. Yeah, I kind of want a tangent. 3 straight games with interception from weeks 8 through 10. Back-to-back interceptions in week 13 through 14. They host the Bears Monday Night Football next week. Again, close to a 3-game, looked close to a 3-game homestand 3-0, kind of a preview for next week. Best record through 13 games since way back in 2009. Again, that's the season they lost the Saints in that Brett Favre Conference Championship. You can go watch that. The ending for that. Made up for it in 2017, obviously, with the Minneapolis Mirrors, 6 straight wins. All right, that's about all I got for them here. Again, that was just a bunch of tangent there. But Rijkaard does not look like he's very good, but whatever. Again, a lot of yards in this game. 500 total yards for the offense, and they still lost. Getting outscored by 21 points is just ridiculous. 3 turnovers, though, was obviously the reason for that. Anyway, though, I really don't want to talk about this game anymore. The Vikings are just a better team, and obviously they took advantage of those Falcons turnovers. But 500 yards of offense and not winning a game is really bad. Anyway, though, especially losing by 3 scores against the Vikings team that really isn't, again, an elite team. But still, they showed why they were great. Great game for you guys. And now let's look at the Browns and Steelers, which, again, was still ugly, even though, again, the Steelers, I guess, played well.
Today in Pittsburgh, for only the 3rd time in NFL history, 2 quarterbacks will meet. Coming off a monster performance. There's Winston throwing on the run, and he's got him. That was Judy. Behind the line of scrimmage, trying to set up a screen, and it's intercepted. That is Benton. Garrett's back out there. Here's the handoff. Harris is in, and he made 33 kicks. But this year, it's a different story. 10 and 5. Wilson has it, throws it, got the touchdown. Van Jefferson. 3rd and actual 6 to go.
Look at how wide they are. Wow.
Wilson's pass, reach around, caught by Williams. 2nd and 10. Down the middle. He's got him. It's Freiermuth for the touchdown. 5.5-minute drive to this point. Winston, end zone bound, and it's caught. by inch. Arizona against Philadelphia a couple years. They did go for a touchdown, but oh my goodness! He's got more explaining to do on the sideline.
Shouldn't get no reply. That man is a legend. Bitch, so am I. Yeah.
And yeah, the Browns, at least in the regular season, have had 21 straight trips to Pittsburgh without a win. Of course, that's dating back way back to 2003. But I'll tell you, if you ask a Browns fan, would they trade that off for that playoff win they had against them back during COVID? And they say, hell yeah. Anyway, though, Browns playoff hopes again are over again. I'm sorry. Whatever. But of course, Steelers can take care of business with a 27-14 win over the division rival. Of course, they lost this team 2 weeks ago, and they made up for it with a big win here as well. They now move to 10-3. Again, we talked about that back half of the schedule after, what was it, week 11 or something, or dating back to week 11. They have now won 2 of those 3 games up to this point. They will have a really hard game. They're heading to Philly next week. But hey, with how the Steelers team looks, again, there's concerns about them for sure, but how they look and how they're able to close out games, this could absolutely be again a good one there at Philly next week. Browns 3-10. They have a chance to ruin someone's season, I think, right? Let me think. They're playing a team next week. I know that again. Like I said, they're always playing teams. Browns. They're playing the Chiefs. Oh, yeah, that game will be interesting. Honestly, Jameis Winston never put it past them. But 24-41, 212, 2 touchdowns, 2 interception. Jameis continues his ways, of course. Judy, he scored another touchdown. So, again, maybe he's building a name for himself. David Njoku should not be on this team. He's too good. Running game, I guess, I don't know, Nick Chubb was good. He's kind of just served as a back, or just a side character so far this season. Oh, yeah, also, coming into this game, I kind of probably should have mentioned this in the preview, but again, it was kind of hectic there. Not an excuse, but still. Only third meeting between quarterbacks, both coming off of 400-yard games in this one, so neither quarterback got even playing close to that, but still. 4th straight home game, a win for the Browns again, for the Chiefs against Steelers against the Browns. It really doesn't matter, because they won 20 from straight regular season games. Yeah, Tony is so bad, oh my god, what the hell? He's so horrible. I mean, Justin Hopkins is almost as bad, too. It's crazy he made 33 kicks last year and was one of the honestly, probably the best kicker in the league last year, again, until he got hurt. Still the longest punt return in Super Bowl history, though, again, at 65 yards. I think that's definitely what it is. Again, with the Tony play, again, the Browns had a crazy chance to come back until Tony booted the ball. That's why they aren't a good team. I'm trying to put it nicely, I guess, there. I don't think I have anything on the Steelers, guys. Like, let's be honest. Like, this is a game that I actually wanted revenge in. I mean, Myles Garrett, again, I think I had like a milestone sack, if I'm not mistaken. Russell Wilson did absolutely nothing to put this team in a spot to lose the game. That's just kind of how I put it. Running game was not really that good. Pat Fryman with a nice touchdown. Mike Williams had a nice catch. Defensively, they were really good. Again, they got some pressure from Cam Hayward for once. No, I'm joking. He's been great. Alex Esmond, TJ Watt also been pretty good. Secondary was very all over the place in a good way. Chris Boswell also 2 field goals. On film, though, the Steelers again were the better team. Not in terms of the stats, though. 30-30 possession, which is pretty crazy. But still, yeah, the Steelers won. Kind of a boring one, but again, stuff happened. All right, now let's get to the later games. Of course, all 4 NFC West teams played. One of them was a division game. Let's see how that one went.
Welcome to Glendale, Week 14 of the NFL on CBS. Today, a divisional showdown between Seattle and Arizona.
Opening drive of the day for the Cardinals. Interaction at 6-6 on the year. Play fake, Murray looking for it all. Downfield, catch. Murray zips it, intercepted. It's picked up by Ernest Jones, and the Seahawks come away. 20. Smith deals, end zone, open, touchdown. Smith and Jigba with the score. Didn't sit well with him, the loss and the fact that he didn't impact the game in the way that he's supposed to. Murray intercepted by Bryant. They send Charbonnet in motion, give it to him. Charbonnet cuts it for the touchdown. See ya. For 3-year-olds, that was news to me. Gonna give Charbonnet. First down and more. Charbonnet turning on the Jets. Charbonnet. 3rd and goal. Shotgun. Murray. Underhand toss for the touchdown. Connor. Up job. This is a 40-yard attempt for Ryland. Ryland's kick. And it hits the post.
5 favorite rappers, so I know they about to be pissed at me.
And the Seahawks now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, have won 6 straight games against their division rival Cardinals. Of course, this one being a double-digit dub, of course, knocking off this Cardinals 30-18. What was a very strong performance by them. They now moved to 8-5 with their 4th straight win, 3 of them being in the division. Of course, now still a game up on the Rams for the division. Again, are in a very strong spot with a win next week against Packers, which again was going to be very difficult. On Sunday Night Football, I mean, maybe not with the crowd, but still, we're going to be very difficult against the Packers. They will clinch, of course, a winning record for what is it now, the third straight season or four? I don't know, something ridiculous. They've won, outside of that 2021 season, they've had a lot of winning seasons. Cardinals fall to 6-7 with their third straight loss. Of course, the big stretch I talked about prior to, again, their bye week, during their bye week, we talked about the critical 3-game stretch off of it. They went 0-3 in that stretch now, and they have we'll see if they can bounce back, but there's a pretty decent shot they're not making the playoffs. But, you know, they're playing next week, like I said about the Browns, so who knows? I don't know who they're playing, though. I got to think about that. I'm not really coming up with much right now. Oh, they're playing the Patriots, so yeah, they got a good shot. Gino, 24, 32, 33 and a touchdown. Kyle was going to really cook in that one. Okay, see. Oh, yeah, it's fourth straight win in Arizona as well for the Seahawks. I think that is dating back. I think the last time they lost was 2020. JSN is a legit wide receiver number 1. I really think that they got to give him a big contract, to be honest with you guys. Zach Charbonnet, career game, of course, did a 51-yard touchdown run. He was a beast, 134, 2 touchdowns. Kenny McIntosh also got in there a little bit. I kind of forgot he was on this team, but he's a little efficient runner there as well. Zach Charbonnet, though, was 193 scrimmage yards. Ridiculous game by him. He was crazy. And only on 29 touches. Like, hats off to Zach, guys. The O-line blocked well. I mean, kind of. I don't know. They didn't really do a great job, but I think, again, Zach Charbonnet just went off. And the big run obviously got a good hole there. Good tackle from the Seahawks secondary as well, which again we're not really used to seeing. Fourth straight win, longest since I think 2022 when they went from 2-3 to 6-3. Again, that's also when they made the playoffs. Cardinal goes on 3 on the critical set, which I think I talked about. Yeah. Outside that though, takeaways. Do I have really much else? Oh, yeah, the biggest thing was Riley, this is, again, for the Cardinals at least, missed field goal for the second game versus Seahawks, missed field goal in 3 straight games, but he did make, like, 5 last week, so I don't really think that's much of an issue. But for this defense, like I said, very good tackling. They looked a lot more, I wouldn't say disciplined, but a lot more, like, in tune, I guess. Tariq Woolen also had 8 tackles. Ernest Jones, 8 tackles as well as an interception. Rayshon Jenkins also had a sack. I almost said a tackle. Of course he had a tackle. Kobe Durant had an interception as well. I would have liked to see another pick 6 from him, but, I mean, he just owns Kyler, I guess. I just wanted to, you know, troll him. For the Cardinals, never buy into post mid-November Kyler Murray. He's just never been that good past then. James Conner was good with 90 yards and 5 yards per carry, but again, they all can do so much there. And honestly, again, as good as some of these, again, good Trey McBride played in a lot of ways. It's this type of performance speaks to, again, it's really the overall talent on this Cardinals roster, which again, specifically on this defense, just really isn't that much. Again, wait another offseason. This Cardinals team, I think, will have a really good shot at winning this division next year. But Chad Ryan, of course, broke the field goal as well. Like I said, just missed a lot of field goals as late. Sex over 400 yards of offense, obviously 176 total yards on the ground, obviously 6.7 yards of play contributed to that a lot. Very, very strong win by the Seahawks since one. Hats off to them, but please lose next week, so we don't see a win and in scenario in week 18. With that said, though, let's get to the later games, or the late games, not really, whatever, though. Here was the must-win here for the Niners, 1 of 2, I guess.
Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers getting set to host Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears from Levi's Stadium. Here they go, following the timeout. Purdy looking end zone, he throws, touchdown! Jawan Jennings.
Whoop, it's 38-10, so he has this offense ready for the Bears.
Start from the 36, pump fake, and then Purdy throws wide open. Catch is made for a first down. First and goal. Dorendo. He's in. Touchdown. Third down and 4. Jennings. Second touchdown of the day. Enjoying the action. Third and goal. Williams throws. Corner of the end zone. It is caught. Second down and 8. No whistle yet.
Now on the same page, so there's a lot to build on for the Bears offensively.
Second and 8 to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. There's Taylor up the middle. Touchdown. Patrick Taylor.
Dream as a kid I would grow to be one. I hope that I inspire hope for.
And the Niners have arguably their best overall collective performance of the year with, again, a massive 24-point first half on their way to a blowout win over the Chicago Bears, who, of course, have won 7 in a row. And, yeah, there's no saving this Bears team, to say the least. But, of course, first game with Thomas Brown was a complete disaster. It was just really nothing, to be honest with you. Of course, got shut out at halftime for, what was it, the second straight week? At least that, honestly. But still, Bears fall to 4-9, obviously. They're playing a game next week against the Vikings on Monday Night Football. Probably get crushed in that one, but hey, who knows? But who knows? Niners have a must-win for, again, playing for their season next week against the Rams. This was also a must-win, but they played a lot better than I expected them to. I just picked the Bears. I don't know why, but Niners probably going to beat the Rams because I kind of disrespected them now that I think about it. But whatever. Not actually too much to talk about for this game. Well, I mean, there's definitely some stuff. Best 49ers offensive game of the year. That's just overall for the Niners. Again, congrats to them, I guess. But yeah, it was one game. 38 points, though. They had a really good game. Nobody's saving the Bears this season, guys. They're just done. They're checked out in a lot of ways. 7th straight loss. Again, worst record than last year. At this point, they were 5-8 last year. I mean, again, they're better, I guess, in a lot of ways last year. But still, yeah, don't tell me Justin Fields was worse than he might have been. But still, the Bears had a better record than last year than they did this year at this point, which kind of tells you they're not really going forward, which you expect them to. I don't know. Bears have had games like this offensively where they just can't do absolutely nothing. They look helpless. Week 1, Week 10, again, that was against the Patriots, where they only scored 3 points. Week 1 was obviously the game they didn't score an offensive touchdown, still won. And also the other one was, what was that? Like I said, what did I say? And now, again, this week, 162 yards total offense. I guess we'll go to that. That was just a mess. Caleb, statistically didn't look awful, but he had no passing game downfield. Roman Duze kind of had some garbage time numbers as well. But yeah, Tyson, guys, trust me. Caleb did absolutely nothing, like, as of note in this one. This game might actually be the least talked about, too. T.J. Edwards, I think, did a decent job. Kyle Gordon tried. Jonathan Owens also tried. He'd have an interception, too, to come out of that as well. But for this defense, I mean, they were a tough spot coming into this game, but there's some young guys. There's some guys that don't really look like they should be looking, or at least playing like they should be. And, again, this defense just, again, really didn't get any pressure, and it wasn't the greatest performance, to say the least. Outside of that, though, for the Niners, again, it's down 3-game losing streak. Again, play their season on Thursday Night Football. Kittle blew up, I guess. Oh, that's good. Purdy had a massive day, 325 yards, 2 touchdowns, 20 of 25. Best game of his season. Obviously, Brandon only throws a pick. Isaac Guerrero, first Niner, I think, since 2016 to have 100 scrimmage yards and at least a touchdown in his debut. Or his first start with the team, which I guess is good. Any skill position player, obviously. Pat Shale scored a touchdown in garbage. I think that might be his first career. Probably not, but something like that. Again, George Kittle, like I said, blew up. Juwan Jennings is again, I think the best receiver on this football team right now. Debo's obviously the most best playmaker, but he isn't even that good this year. But again, 2 touchdowns from Juwan Jennings. Defensively, 3 sacks from Yeturgos Matos, who might have saved his career. Leonard Floyd also 2 sacks as well, sack from Malik Collins. This defense flat around the field had a great game. They should have another great game again if they play well against the Rams. Probably not, but hey, who knows? Again, 300 yards in total difference, over 4 more yards per play for the offense as well. This was just complete domination. And anyway, possible, when you choose to blow out, this will probably come up. With that said, though, let's get to honestly, you know, I was so happy at watching this. No Diddy, but here.
It is America's Game of the Week here from Inglewood, California. It's a fun one, too. The Buffalo Bills are here to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Playoff implications on the line. Tyron Williams walks in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. They'll try it again on a 3rd and goal. Allen goes quicker this time. Got a decent push as he in. There's a penalty, too, so hold on. Pressure in his block. Look at this. It's sitting on the ground. Can the Rams pick it up? They do, and they're going to score. It's
play from Amari Cooper coming out as the season goes.
Set up a screen. Johnson, great block. Uses it well. First down and more. It's going to be a touchdown. Tied. Stafford, play fake. Looking, launching. There's the ball. They stay in. Up. They give it to Nakua, left side. He scores anyway. Touchdown, Los Angeles. They come with blitz again. Stafford sees it. Unloads it. Looking for Cooper. He's got it inside the 15. Little pitch. Williams gonna get there. In for the touchdown. Allen pressure gets rid of first down. Shakir. He splits defenders. Shakir on his feet and he scores. Oh my! Another 3rd. Stafford looking end zone. He's got it! Touchdown Rams! Rams have just had the ball for so much longer in this game, and now it's Josh Allen standing in, letting one rip, going deep. Shakir hangs on. They're going to go Josh Allen with a push him on and in, and he's up for the touchdown. Rams send a blitz. Allen sees it. Goes for the touchdown. Mac Hollins. They blitz. Stafford sees it. Nakua gets a block. He might go. Nakua Touchdown Rams! And the kick sliding down, and it's no good. Pressure. Allen looking, throwing, it is knocked down to the flag. Allen sneaking it again. This time, is he in? Yes! Touchdown, Bucs. Here's Tyler Bass. What can he do? There's that bounce. It is recovered by Ronnie Rivers, and the Rams are going to hold on.
As soon as you get up to Venus and choke, even while sleeping, be thinking so woke. White Cartiers, all I'm seeing is dope.
Yes! I'm happy I didn't pick the Rams, guys. Like, I'm so happy I was wrong about this. But still, the Rams have this is their best win they've had in years. Like, I can't tell you that. I mean, yes, obviously the Monday Night Football game against the Chiefs, like 2018, arguably the best. I think that is the best regular season game. If not, it's not, because, well, it's stupid. The best game ever. Blah, 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 Ravens Giants 80 years ago. Like, who cares about that game? But the best game ever, in my opinion, at least regular season wise, was that Chiefs Rams game back in 2018. I'd argue this is a better win, though, because the Rams are not a prolific team like they were that year. They're far from that. But the fact they were able to, again, score on 6 of their 9 drives, nice. As well as the fact, again, they were able to, again, hold on and win this football game, close it out with their offense, was absolutely crazy in my opinion. Again, I did not see this coming, especially with the score this had. I'm like, Bills scored 42, Rams got the crap beaten out of them. But they pulled something out of their butt and had their best offensive performance in years as they were able to, again, pull this off this huge upset. They moved to 7-6. Back-to-back wins, I guess? No, that's not really cares. They got the Niners on Thursday Night Football. Quick turnaround there. That's going to be a tough game, but hey, they play like this, they should be fine. Bills fall 10-3. Obviously, their 7-game winning streak snaps. Again, the Josh Allen thing we'll get to in a second as well. But, I mean, guys, the Bills are a really freaking good team. I mean, the only reason they lost this game is because, again, they spotted the Rams, like, 17 points there. They almost came back, obviously, as well. But still, the biggest thing I think I had on the Bills in terms of, again, like the reason honestly they lost this game, guys, was I think it's on the next page. It might be. Yeah, I had a ton on this game. Holy crap! Again, it was honestly again with the no. I have so many notes. Oh yeah, McDermott QB sneak with all 3 timeouts and 102 left lost them the game. That's true because again, if he didn't run that QB sneak and they just threw the ball 3 times, it would have saved like 30 seconds and not having to do the onside kick. And yeah, that lost them the game. That's just kind of like the really simple definition of that. But again, similar to the Niners and Bills game last year. Anyway, though, Josh Allen, first quarterback ever. I don't care about Autogram in 1954 in the playoffs. That was pre-Super Bowl era. And whatever. They had plumbers at quarterback on defense last year. Back then. First quarterback, and again, well, at least that I'll acknowledge, to ever have 3 passing and 3 rushing touchdowns, again, combining for 6 in the same freaking game. Still lost, because again, it's kind of how the Bills roll there. But still, Josh was about as good as he could have gotten. That's the only reason this game was that close, and I was scared that he was going to win this game, because he's the MVP, and he played like it, obviously, in this one. Just ridiculous game from Josh Allen, 51.88 fantasy points, if I'm not mistaken. That's the most ever from any player in fantasy football history. So, it's simply unprecedented how well he played in this game, guys, and like there's no way around it. This should have been a win in every way imaginable. Khalil Shakir, 56-yard touchdown. I think I had something on that. I'm getting lost in this, guys. There's just so much crap I have on here. Oh yeah, okay. Honestly, I'll just get to the Bills takeaway in a second because I mean there's just so much crap to talk about. No. I don't even know if I talked about Shakir. He had a 56-yard screen catch touchdown, which honestly was a dump off for Josh Allen, but still. So, his 4 of his 5-6 touchdowns were like really not that great plays, but he made up for it with all those dimes he threw. But touchdown on Matt Collins was a complete dot. Ty Johnson was a 41-yard screen pass. It was. Mark Cooper had a big day overall. He made some really good catches, but again, the throw he made Khalil Shakir was just an absolute dot, again, as you saw there in the highlights there. But anyway, for this defense, they got boat raced. Bills, anyone who, again, analysis for this Bills defense is pretty simple. They just got straight up boat raced. The Rams beat them in any way possible. It's just how it went. You're not bad games, but this was a really bad game. All right. Tyler Bass didn't have to do anything, though. But honestly, guys, for the takeaway for this Bills team, for Bills, it's hard to maintain such a high performance, again, being won 7 straight games. D got picked apart, which they did. Pass rush, likewise to the Rams, was inconsistent, to say the least. But Bills fans, like I said, it's hard to maintain games like this. You got to go to Detroit next week. Better bring your A game because you don't want to lose back-to-back. But still, they already won the division. Who cares? For the Rams, this, again, like I said, was arguably the biggest win they've had in a really long time. First time under Matthew Stafford, they've scored 40 points. Most points they scored since they beat the Broncos and just pulverized them back in 2022. And it was the I've fired on Nathaniel Hackett, 51-14. I got a boatload of stuff to talk about for them. Oh yeah, also think like big historical stats. First game in NFL history with both teams scoring over 40 points, no turnovers by either side. And also it's worth to note 902 total yards from both these offenses, no sacks by either team in this one as well. I don't know if that's a record, but it seems like one. Again, I got some complaints for the refs, just in general. Rams ain't allowed to blow out anybody. Again, they were up by 17 plus on multiple occasions. Again, they just can't blow anyone out. I don't know why. Kyron, he had 3 yards per carry, isn't great, but he had 2 touchdowns. And the Rams ran the football. When they stick to running the football, look what happens. See? They run the football. They run those jet sweeps. It freaking worked. See, I wasn't wrong on that. I had something going there. Matt Stafford, though, most passing yards of the season. I think highest passer rating as well. He was electric in this one. Didn't miss. Puka, monster game, 12-162 touchdown. He made so many great catches. You could not guard him. Cooper Kupp also had some big catches. Obviously, the touchdown as well. He was huge as a blocker as well in this one. Tutu Atwell was utilized very, very well as well. Like I said, perfect. They were utilized absolutely perfect. I had no complaint on that really at all. There's really nothing else I can say about that. Rams didn't let the Bills run the football as well. How many carries did James Cook have? 10? No, he had 6 carries, guys. The Rams didn't let the Bills do that at all. And outside of some complaints I had on the refs, Rams offense just absolutely went crazy. And the jet sweeps, a lot of offense, highest scoring game since 2022, like I said. Craig Rolstad, again, he screwed the Rams in the playoffs last year. I don't know why. He just messes every Rams game up. Second game ever again with 5 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing yards. 1965 Broncos and Chiefs. Look that game up. There was some wild storylines in that one. Again, this game won't be replicated this year in terms of, again, when it comes to, again, the same type of, again, atmosphere. Again, if there's a game that, again, is anywhere close to, again, the same, like, performance-wise, I would be shocked. Again, 6 of 9 on the drives, again, from nice for the Rams there. Again, two of those were kneel downs, and then obviously the 1 punt. But outside that, again, the Rams were great. All right. For this defense, again, Jake Hummel, again, he had a great block punt, standout play for him as well. As well as the fact that, again, Hunter Long, the guy in the Jalen Ramsey train, which, again, is really the only way I can reference him. You'd think his first offensive touchdown with the Rams would be on, obviously, a catch, but it ended up being a freaking scoop and score on a block punt. So that kind of tells you what you got there with Hunter Long. Anyway, though, Rams defense, again, they did not play well. I mean, it's kind of how it went. Secondary, I do think were opportunistic at some points. They're just a little bit too late to the ball, but honestly, I really don't care how well they played. And then, obviously, for the team stats, obviously, Rams 460 yards of offense. Insane game, obviously, there as well. But, again, the biggest thing, and they also control the clock. They did not let the Bills have the football. But the biggest thing here, I guess, again, just overall for the Rams, Lions are going to want to have to play the Rams for a third time because they're going to lose. I really don't see how they get it. It's really hard to beat the team a third time. As Texas and Georgia will have to, again, face against Texas, so they face each other in the college football playoff at some point. But Lions, Rams, I think that's just, again, disaster waiting to happen for the Lions. But anyway, Rams play their best game of the season. They make a statement, and they are back. Anyway, though, here was Sunday Night Football. I mean, that was also interesting.
48-degree December night in Kansas City, and the usual great scene at sold-out GEHA. What'll happen here? Mahomes first and goal. Touchdown, DeAndre Hopkins. Looking for a touchdown to get close. Right inside. Edwards to the end zone. Chargers touchdown. First down the worst way, Mahomes running out his feet out, and he goes through 2 tackles. Samaje Perine. Driving away. Gets 5 with late pressure. Mahomes gets away, jump pass, caught in the middle for the first down.
the Chiefs wrap up the AFC West, of course, with the 19-17 win. I mean, guys, it's a movie. They're sleepwalking through games. Again, I went to bed saying, literally, I'm saying, the Chargers are going to, again, the score was 13, no, what was the score? 16-14 Chiefs. I'm like, the Chargers are going to score, hit a field goal here, and again, because it was right at the start of the drive. And then the Chiefs are going to drain the rest of the clock and hit a game-winning field goal, which, again, I didn't think it was going to be a shanking good, double doink, whatever you want to call it. A doink for the division, but it ended up being that, so, yeah, I guess it was a new way of winning, I guess. Yeah, the Chiefs just winning, again, any way possible this year. It's just ridiculous. They're 12-1 now in the season. They, of course, have now won 3 in a row. 6 of the last 7 seasons with Mahomes, they have, of course, had a record of this sort, as, again, 12-plus wins, obviously, as well as Andy Reid now winning his 9th straight division title, again, as the Chiefs head coach. That is now 2 off of Bill Belichick's Patriots from 2009 to 2019 there as well. They'll be in Cleveland next week. Hoping not to lose that one. Chargers are playing a critical game at home next week against the Bucs. Justin Herbert still has thrown interceptions since week 2. I don't want to jinx it, but hey, he's working up a good record there again if he's able to maintain that. But 21-30, 219, the touchdown was pretty good overall. Again, he got hit as well. Looked like that from 2022, of course, when they lost the Chiefs as well in close fashion, 27-24. Running game, we don't talk about it. Receiving game, I mean, Joshua Palmer is a pretty good guy when it comes to downfield. Stone Smarthouse made some good catches. Quentin Johnson caught some passes again without Lyle McConkey. That was again really the only consistent receiver. They struggle to move the football, and again, they struggle to move the football at all. And again, if that doesn't change, I don't see how this team really does too much in the playoffs. Defensively, they probably did as best as they could. Obviously, again, they did get the ball moved on them overall. It didn't really look too aggressive or game-changing, but you don't really want to see that every single week. They kept them in the game overall, and that's really all you can ask from them. I really don't want to hear anything about this defense. They played well. Chiefs, Mahomes didn't turn over the football. That's about it, though. He was decent. Running game, Kareem Hunt only got 5 carries. What's up with that? I mean, I love Isaiah Pacheco, but the offense looked actually pretty good. I'm joking. The running game worked out. Travis Kelce, again, 9.5 fantasy points. I'd like to see a little more there. I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins had a touchdown. This offense overall really didn't do too much, but again, enough to win. Defensively, they were actually really good. A lot better than last week. Trishan Martin had 2 sacks. What I'd say about them as well. Chiefs secondary did bounce back. That's about it there. I think that's all I got here. Chiefs will win it every way imaginable is also true. Anyway, though, for this 4th field goes from outright, obviously doink that one as well. I don't know. Chiefs always have good kickers. Shortest recap here as well, but honestly, kind of just how the story goes with this one. Just KSI. Anyway, though, yeah, the O-lines both did not play too well. Both teams were very efficient on 3rd down. Not really efficient in yards play, though. Neither team was really that explosive either. Anyway, though, Chiefs win their 9th straight division, and yeah, that's all I got for you guys here in the recap. Yeah, ready for the Simpsons Monday Night Football recap tomorrow, obviously between the Bengals and Cowboys. Get ready for that. Anyway, though, hope you guys enjoyed Week 14. Yeah, get ready for the Monday Night Football recap tomorrow.
Really not a factor. Snap and hold.